Hello guys, it's Melissa and welcome to another video and my first build with the new expansion pack Cottage Living. I was just as excited as everybody else about this pack. I've mentioned before that farming was not something I ever particularly wanted for the game. Not necessarily that I didn't want it, but it just wasn't really very high on my priorities. But pretty much as soon as they announced it, I knew it was going to be a really cool pack and that I was going to have a lot of fun playing along with it. And so far, oh my gosh, I am enjoying it so much. And so the first thing I did was I made a family and then I wanted to build them a little farmhouse. And I really intended to build a starter home. I almost never build them just because, I don't know, I just don't like sometimes having those kind of limitations. But because I was starting out with this family and I was actually going to play with them as well, you will see them sometimes in this video, like waiting for their house to be finished. But yeah, because I was actually going to play them, I didn't want to really use cheats. I wanted to kind of start off small and then grow as they get like more money and like build up the farm and things like that. But unfortunately, it didn't really work out that way, and I ended up cheating some money. I think in the end, the house is worth about 30,000 odd, so it's not crazy, but so I still roughly tried to keep it as cheap as possible. But the thing is, and I kind of knew this before I started building it, I wanted to try anyway as a little bit of a challenge to myself, but it's a new pack and I was so excited about all the items. I think they're all really cute. I love the style of this pack and I just didn't really want to be limited in, you know, what I was going to be using. I wanted to use as many items as I possibly could. And when you're building a home for under like what 20,000 simoleons, that is like really difficult to do. So yeah, in the end it was not a starter home, but my plan is that the next build that I do will be a tiny starter home. So I will build one because, as I said, I don't do it very often. I do find it to be quite a challenge, but I also do like challenging myself. So I will be doing a starter home next, but for this first one, I just really wanted to embrace the pack. It's quite a large plot of land. It's the number 2 Old Mill Lane. It's quite a big plot of land. The house is relatively small. I've actually made a brother and a sister, so it is a 2-bedroom farmhouse that I've made. The farm aspect is quite modest, so yeah, as I said, it was supposed to be a starter, but I wanted to keep it as cheap as possible. So in terms of the farming, there is a few sort of patches of the earth that you can use to plant the oversized crops. There is a scarecrow, and then I think there's 4 like tree planters, and then 1 of those big square planters that you can plant for different crops in. So yeah, there's quite a limited farm, but as I said, I do think one of the ways that The Sims gets quite boring to me, because I love sort of playing with families, I love building and making Sims, but I also really do love gameplay, but I do also get quite bored as well quite quickly, and I do find it very easy to make money. And when you have money, I don't know, I'm not the kind of person who likes to sort of kill off my Sims and make drama. Like, I just want my Sims to live a happy life, but in the end you're just kind of like sending your Sims to work and, you know, planning for getting married and having children and things like that. And yeah, eventually that does get a little bit dull. So far I am really enjoying the challenge of like building up the farm in the like gameplay that I've done so far. So I'm recording this currently on a Friday and the game came out on Thursday, so it's only been a couple of days of gameplay, but already I've built a shed and got a llama as well. I think that's such a cute addition. Like, it is such a fun pack. I am having so much fun like just doing gameplay, which I haven't done for a very long time. Like, I have played the game, but a lot of the packs recently I've enjoyed, but I feel like this is kind of bringing out like the child in me that used to just spend like literally from the second they woke up till just before they went to bed playing The Sims. That was me when The Sims 3 came out. So I kind of feel a bit like that again. I feel like I'm really excited to start playing and building up my farm, because it is quite a nice thing that I've never personally experienced in The Sims before. So yeah, it's really fun and I'm enjoying it so far. And I love like the little things. I've always been one of those players that like, I just love the little details. So I know it came in a free update, the like ability to order food, and then they come to your door and you can like invite them in and give them a tip and like just have food delivered. You could have groceries delivered. I just find that so cute. And I love the little market stalls. I love the world that we got as well. I think it's such a nice world. I know it's supposed to be quite English, like countryside inspired. I do live in England, but not the countryside, but it definitely does have that feel to me. So yeah, I am loving it so far. I don't think I really have any complaints. I really like it, and so far, yeah, just the llama. I have befriended a wild rabbit as well, but I definitely look forward to growing a huge successful farm. But as I said, I did actually make the Sims before I started building, so I will kind of be modeling the kind of personality of the house after the Sims that I made. It's funny because I sort of made the Sims before I looked at the pre-made households that came with the pack, you know, the ones that EA made. And I definitely find that a lot of the sort of storylines that I was thinking of, I think other people think of as well, because there's a few families already within the world that have kind of similar story to what I was going for. But I was imagining that the woman of the siblings, Bridget, that was her room that I was just decorating, she like loves farming. This is her life. She embraces everything about it. You can see like the wild wallpaper on the walls. This is the new one that we got with the pack. I really like it, especially in this kind of pink floral swatch as well. So yeah, I imagine that she bought this house and she is the one who wants to live that farm life, have all the animals. She has the animal enthusiast trait as well. But I imagine her brother Ben is the complete opposite. He does not like farming, and I imagine he's kind of living there by necessity because he doesn't have much money. But I actually had him want to be part of the like social media career. He wants to be in public relations, so I was imagining that he's kind of living here while he works his way up, and then eventually he will move to San Myshuno. And there is a single sim that is a pre-made sim called Cecilia, I think, and they are now actually engaged. So yeah, I think I will kind of move them out, and then they can live in the city together, and then Bridget can maybe start a family in a farmhouse. But yeah, that was kind of what I was imagining. I like that kind of dynamic of one sibling who, like, this is perfect for them, they love everything farming, and then the other sibling does not. So you will see that take place in their bedroom, where in Bridget's room here I completely embrace all of the new furniture that we got with this pack, whereas in Ben's room it is very black, it is very dark in contrast to the rest of the house. And I also used a lot of items from the Dream Home Decorator pack, which I feel like people have forgotten already, even though that was like such a recent release. But yeah, he also has a computer in his room as well, whereas imagine Bridget, she just, you know, spends most of her time outdoors. She's not really one for, I guess, technology. This lot by default is actually off the grid, but I did remove that because I wanted to keep the technology. I find it really difficult without technology. Like, Sims always want to use the computer and watch TV and things like that. So yeah, I did remove it from being off the grid, but I do have that challenge because that's a new thing as well, lot challenges. With this one, I added the simple living. So if you don't have the ingredients, you have to buy them before you can cook things, which so far is another aspect that I find super challenging. So as well as having no money, like having to constantly get the right ingredients in order to cook things. But yeah, as I said, actually having that kind of challenge is proving really fun, and I definitely feel like it's going to keep me playing the game for a very long time, which is always good. But yeah, you can see that I do have a big hallway there. This house has one main bathroom and one little ensuite bathroom, which is just like a 3x1 with just a toilet and a sink in it. I've got some bar stools here as well as like a little dining table. I love this stone wallpaper that I used in the kitchen, and I think outside as well. I just really like it, and I definitely will be using it a lot. I love the clutter items as well. I don't think we got a lot, but I think considering that we recently got the country kitchen kit as well, I think those combined, they work really well together, and I can kind of understand it from that perspective. But the items that we did get are so cute, like that little egg holder, and I just played around with some plants here. And one of the big struggles was I removed my mods to update my game, and I know a lot of them haven't been fixed, and I know a lot of people have been reporting problems. So I built this without any mods, and I usually have the Better Build By one that basically sorts all the debug items into their proper categories, but I didn't have that, so obviously I cut it out because it would be boring. But it took me forever to landscape the garden because I just couldn't find where all the plants were. And yeah, at that time I was still wanting this to be a starter home, so I didn't really want to pay for landscaping, so that was a bit of a challenge, but hopefully that gets fixed soon and I can put those all back in because it just saves so much time. If you do use the debug catalog a lot, I highly recommend the Better Build By mod because it just makes things so much simpler. Just going into the main bathroom now is very simple, and I never use the prints on this like bath shower thing because they're just so, I don't know, but for some reason I just thought that they worked really well in this kind of cottage, maybe like older farm style. This is the guy's room. Like I say, it's a lot more modern and you can tell that he's not really into the farming lifestyle, but I think going forward in my gameplay this will eventually become a children's room, so I think that would be cute. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!